You got 25 directors there.
February 11th, 2013. President Barack Obama presents a Medal of Honor to Army Staff Sergeant Clinton Romeshay for his courageous actions during the deadly Battle of Kamdesh in Afghanistan.
These 53 Americans were surrounded by more than 300 Taliban fighters. If you seek a measure of that day, you need to look no further than the medals and ribbons that grace their chests.
This tradition of honoring brave soldiers by decorating their chest with medals dates back to at least the 2nd century BC, when the ancient Roman military used sculpted discs of metal to reward superior acts of service. But why? What is it about the properties of metal that make them chosen objects of adornment and commemoration?
The tradition of adoring people with metal really goes back thousands of years. In the case of the Bible, we have stories about how the priests actually had to wear certain metals before they were able to enter the Holy of Holies and make contact with the divine. Today, we are confronted with symbolism. Our heroes are given pins and medals because somehow we set them apart as great people who somehow have superseded the human race. But in the past, this was to be taken literally.
Do certain metals actually enhance mankind's ability to connect with divine, or some would say, extraterrestrial forces? And is this the reason why gold, platinum, and silver jewelry, along with other metal adornments and relics, have been so prized throughout human history?
Definitely the belief is that we hold the relic there because the relic is a link either to a deity
No,
or
Scamper.
to something magical.
Don't do that.
Relics can be any number of things. Pieces of wood, bits of statues, literally anything can be a relic if it has been kind of invested with a divine power. And that means you have a piece of the
Where are you
god,
going,
a
Cloud?
piece of the god's power.
Talking to Cloud. How do you feel in that tiny
It's
cell?
always been the case with human beings that they wanted to possess items which they thought were either from the gods, to do with the gods, or in some way associated with the gods.
Berlin, Germany, 1996.
Glad you can leave it. I'll take it.
Acquires a glittering artifact from an anonymous Swiss collector. A tall, cone-shaped hat, crafted from a thick sheet of pure gold, and embellished with dozens of sun and moon symbols. It is one of 4 that have been unearthed at various sites throughout Europe, and is believed by historians to date back as far as 1000 BC.
What is so important about them is that they indicate that there was a common culture. The images on them represent astronomy, the study of the stars. They also have complicated mathematical implications, suggesting a level of philosophical development that's very advanced for what we thought was available at that time.
German researchers carefully studied the symbols on the golden hat and concluded they represent a complex mathematical table. One that can accurately
Yeah, hold on one
calculate
second.
the long-term cycles of the sun and the moon. But how could such ancient people have been able to make such advanced and highly sophisticated astronomical predictions?
The suggestion is that they belong to what might be referred to as oracles, people that could
fall into an altered state and prophesize, could come up with statements relating to the future or other worldly situations.
Though most mainstream scholars believe these mysterious hats were worn by king priests during religious ceremonies, ancient astronaut theorists have another, even more astounding theory.
The golden hats are kind of interesting because if gold is something that actually enhances your connection with energies and higher-up celestial beings, then the wearing of a golden hat, especially in a conical shape, would tend to amplify the signal that you were getting from on high. So it seems to me that ancient cultures logically would build them, being connected with the gods who had perhaps left them behind and gone back to their celestial birthplace.
In the case of the golden hats, what we're seeing there is that all of this technology seems to have been part of a larger framework whereby